okay. I just wanted to make sure it was okay about that. I asked her to go in her memory if she's ever had anything like that in the past. She said no, but I always double check. So what I always think when I try to help somebody is what we know in moving forward. What would I do if it was my horse? And you might want to, and certainly get your vet's okay with it. You could give her a separate bucket of water and put a cap full of aloe vera juice, and she may not touch it for a couple of days, but then drink it dry. That would be very therapeutic. I worked with a holistic vet for 10 days. I rode around with him, and I saw huge gashes. Good heavens, he just poured it on. And he said, you can use it everywhere. So I said, okay, that's the first thought. And even though she looks amazing and we're in sunny California, there is a horse vitamin C powder that's like 3,000 milligrams a day, which certainly wouldn't hurt her either. So those are my first two things that might be enough, because they don't know the future. But at this point, she's like, oh, you like that idea? Okay. She's like, okay, well, all right. Now you're all right. Now, okay, you're going to have your buns red too? She goes, well, I don't know if I'm getting it. Well, I'm thinking about it. Okay, but I think that might be a way to go for her, because at least with whatever other supplements, she feels good. And she also said that her hocks are better. So is she on like glucosamine or something like that for
She
that?
gets Legend once
Okay,
a month
okay.
and Summit.
Okay, perfect. Okay, good. Because that was the only other place that she wanted to take me when I asked her permission, and she said she's fine. So, okay. And then, of course, we always feel like we didn't do enough. And she goes, tell my mom. She said she was watching you that day. Going, she goes, I know. She thought she got. We all thought she got. So, but it is what it is. So.
But the doctors don't think that's it.
Yeah, I don't think it's cancer either.
No, they know that, but they don't think it was the curly dog.
Oh, really?
Dr.
Oh.
Fisher, I
Oh,
showed
gotcha.
him pictures.
Okay. Got it. Okay.
But the Dr. J said that definitely could be
Right.
it.
Okay.
Because he sees her every 6
Right.
months.
Okay. Yeah. No, that's good. Because there are things like one of the things that my boy got a couple of years ago is I came one day and he had all this big swelling, but it was like a minor spider bite. You know, so sometimes they can get like those little ulcerations, and I gave him some homeopathy for that. But certainly a little bit of aloe vera juice. And like I said, the first day or
Aloe
two.
vera juice?
Yes, you get the juice from like Sprouts or Mother's Market, and just put a capful in like a bucket that big, a separate one. And sometimes they don't touch it for a couple of days, and then one day I came and he was like, he finished that one. He's like, okay, bring me more, and I'm like, okay. Also, Dr. Adrian Moore, who's a chiropractor, did a whole article about when horses have colic that you can use aloe and stuff. So that's kind of where I got into that.
She's prone to some colic, mild colic.
Okay. Okay, so let me ask her about that. And well, she said in the past she had a bit of an ulcer before she came to you, but that's long gone. And when I see an ulcer, it kind of looks like a skinned knee, and so that's all healed. So she's fine with that. Yeah, I mean, I said this to somebody yesterday. It's hard for me to remind myself that there's 100 feet of intestine in there. It's like crazy. And so it just feels like there's a couple of times where she has a bit of scar tissue, but again, and then she's like, well, I'm pooping regular. And I said, okay, well, every horse owner wants to learn about that. I was asking her if her colic has anything to do with worrying for you, because some horses are in path, and she goes, no, my mom's doing great. And I said, okay. I said, are you worried about any of the other horses? And she goes, I wouldn't colic for them. And I said, good, but some of them are in sympathy. I said, has it happened in the past before you knew your mom? And she said, a lot more, because she was kind of tense, a lot of tension. So, okay, let's see. So, like, there's a little spot, like, right about here that she has some scar tissue. And that's about all she can tell me about that, so. What a good girl.
Scar tissue in her intestines?
Yeah, in her intestines.
Well, she had, when I got her, we found that she had those bad worms.
Oh.
Strongyles.
Right, okay.
And it
Could
took
be
us
a
a
little
long
bit left over
while,
from that.
while to get rid of them.
those,
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
And when I do the fecal blood test, succeed, it comes up positive for hind gut
Okay.
ulcer.
Okay.
So she
now
might have
there's new
scar
probiotics.
tissue.
Yeah, there's now new probiotics for that too. So, but equipment, everything else is fine. And at first she didn't quite understand why you had to still tend to Abby, and she goes, but I'm over it now. But at first she was like, where is she going?
Oh my gosh, jealous.
She's like, why would you do that? Oh, I get it. Okay. So.
Yeah.
Oh, she's lovely.
She is.
What a good girl.
Now she has that same indentation.
Yeah, but it's not as pronounced. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's why I said a lot of horses you'll see different sizes of their creases.
Okay.
So yeah, as you watch, and some
Okay.
older horses, like I did a horse way down at the other end, and he's like 30-something years old, so he's permanently sucked in there. So, but yeah.
Boy, she looks so fat. Is that because she's standing that way?
Yeah, she just shifted off to one side. So yeah, but her condition's good. Awesome. All right,
She's
young lady.
a good girl.
She goes, well, it's nap time.
Her teeth are okay?
Yes, that all feels good because you're so on top of it. That's awesome.
Okay.
Very cool. Well, you
And-
got the Taj Mahal here, girl. That is
And
for
her
sure.
lower back?
Yes, all that feels really, really good. Yeah.